Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for being here. The time now is 6:01. It's Wednesday, August 27th, and we're going to be commencing our City of Miami regular commission meeting. Meeting is called to order. Please rise for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Good evening. Please join me in prayer. Mighty God, we thank you that you would gather us here this evening. We thank you for our wonderful city, Lord, and all its leadership. Lord, as we go into this meeting, God, give us your grace and your mercy. Lord, give us civility and conversation, Lord, in the words that we speak and the words that we receive. We thank you because you have called us together and we have such a privilege to walk forward as a community and as a family. In all these things, we give you praise and blessing, and we thank you for providing such. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Item 3, roll call. Mayor Eric Diaz-Padrón is excused this evening. Vice Mayor Ivan Chavez Jr.,
Here.
Commissioner Juan Blanes, Commissioner Gustavo Ceballos,
Present.
Commissioner Luciano Suarez.
Yes.
You have quorum.
Thank you. Next item.
Item 4, presentation of minutes for approval for July 9, 2025, regular commission meeting.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item.
Mayor, if I may,
Go ahead.
good evening. I'd like to request a postponement of the Sunnyside project as the applicant is working to address the comments that were made at the Planning and Zoning Board and comments and some of the conditions that this administration put on them, and they did not have enough time to finish the plans. So we ask you to, we need to do them one at a time. We need to make sure that we can postpone for a date certain, item 11C, that relates to the comprehensive plan to a special commission meeting for September the 4th, 2025 at 6 p.m. And that is being called pursuant to 306A of our city charter. And I need somebody to make that motion.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, can you move item 11C out of order and read that, please?
Okay, item C, first reading, public hearing, ordinance on comprehensive plan amendments. Applicant Sunnyside West Miami LLC, property address 6020 and 6024 Southwest 8th Street, West Miami, Florida 33144. Ordinance of the Mayor and the City Commission of the City of West Miami, amending the City of West Miami Comprehensive Development Master Plan to establish the corridor residential land use designation and corresponding regulations, and amending the future land use designation for those properties located at 6020 Southwest 8th Street and 6024 Southwest 8th Street, and designated commercial mixed-use, high-density commercial parking and moderate density to the corridor residential designation, providing for conflict correction, providing for severability, providing for transmittal, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to move that item?
Just to confirm the date, next Thursday at 6 p.m.?
Yes, sir. Yes, next Thursday at 6 p.m.
September 4th.
Thursday, I'm sorry, it's Thursday at 6 p.m.
September 4th. Putting it in my calendar right now.
A motion to continue.
So moved.
Does that,
Should be read into the record by
So
whoever's
clear,
moving it.
I'll move to postpone consideration of the comprehensive plan amendment, item 11C, that's correct, Madam Clerk, to a special commission meeting on September 4th, 2025 at 6 p.m., which special meeting is called pursuant to section 3.06A of the city charter.
we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Do we need a roll call for this? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mayor, now I'm going to ask that we postpone for a date certain, item 11D, that relates to the zoning code amendment to the same special commission meeting on September the 4th, 2025 at 6 p.m., also being called pursuant to section 306A of the city charter.
Item 11D, first reading and public hearing, ordinance on rezoning request. Applicant Sunnyside West Miami LLC, property address 6020 and 6024 Southwest 8th Street, West Miami, Florida 33144. An ordinance of the City of West Miami, Florida, creating Section 3.2 entitled Corridor Residential, CR, District of City of West Miami Zoning Ordinance 282, as amended, adopting a zoning map to depict the CR district designation, providing for severability, providing for codification, and providing for an effective date.
Do we have a motion?
So for the record,
Go ahead.
I move to postpone consideration of the zoning code amendment, which creates a corridor residential district, item 11D. Is that correct, Madam?
Yes, correct.
To a special commission meeting on September 4th, 2025 at 6 p.m., which special meeting is called pursuant to Section 3.06A of the City of West Miami Charter.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And again, lastly, Mr. Mayor, we're asking you to postpone to a date certain item 11E and F that relates to the special use permit for a planned development amendment to that same special commission meeting, September the 4th, 2025, at 6 p.m., which is being called pursuant to Section 306A of the city charter.
Can we take 11E and F together?
Yes, but they need to be read.
Okay, please read 11E, Madam Clerk.
Item 11E, this is a public hearing, special use permit 2025-001, applicant Sunnyside West Miami LLC, property address 6020 and 6024 Southwest 8th Street, West Miami, Florida 33144. The applicant is requesting for planned development order pursuant to Section 2A and Section 2B of the City of West Miami Land Development Code, Ordinance 282, as amended, where the property is zoned corridor residential to permit a unified residential development consisting of 575 residential units, 13,790 square feet of ground floor commercial space, mainly along the Southwest 8th Street corridor, a transitional 3-story, 36-unit multifamily building, and 29,000 square feet of public open space at the rear property. Should I read item F too?
You can read F also.
Item F, a resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami, Florida, granting a special use permit index number 2025-001 to the Sunnyside West Miami project for property located at 6020 and 6024 Southwest 8th Street, West Miami, Florida, under the terms and conditions set forth in the application and supporting documents, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Do we have a motion? Go ahead, Commissioner.
So again, I move to postpone consideration of the comprehensive plan amendment, 11C and
E and, we are on items E and F, application and resolution for
Okay,
special
so-
use permit.
So I move to postpone consideration of the comprehensive plan amendment items. Can you read them out for the record?
Items E, which is a public hearing on the special use permit for Sunnyside West Miami LLC, and F, a resolution to consider the special use permit, to approve
To be
the special use
postponed
permit.
to a special commission meeting on September 4th,
Yes.
2025 at 6 p.m., which special meeting is called pursuant to Section 3.06A of the City of West Miami Charter.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Should we proceed with the regular order of the agenda?
Yes, I'm sorry. Please proceed to public comment.
Yes, item 5, public comments.
So if anyone wants to speak publicly, we have speaker cards. That's how we're going to maintain the order of the meeting here, and you're going to have 3 minutes to speak. Please speak on items that are on the agenda, and if you're here to speak on an item that has a public hearing, please wait for that time to come up. Thank you so much. Do we have anybody on a speaker card?
Yes, Vice Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor, we have Concepcion Domenech.
I
evening.
welcome name and address for the record, please.
Sure. My name is Concepcion Domenech. I live at 6550 Southwest 12th Street, Apartment 2, 33144, Villas of West Miami. I guess my issue goes through to letter S, the doggy park that you're building. I'm not here to discuss the doggy park because the villas own the said doggy park, the land, and that's a whole other item that they're dealing with the mayor. I'm here because I live in the building that basically faces where you're building or changes of the street, of everything, and we've become your parking lot. There's a one-way going in a couple of directions. There's a one-way that basically had been pointed into our parking lot, and people are coming in there making U-turns. We're the overflow of the 12th Street traffic that has been blocked off. And it's a major concern because there's children, there's elderlies, you know, it's crazy what's going on in our building. The traffic is being directed into an extent that's being head-on. If you're on 65th, I don't know if any of you have gone by there, there's a big extension. Basically, if you're coming this way and this way, at some point, they're gonna meet head-on. On 65th Avenue, if you're coming in from 66th to come into our two buildings, which is the only way to get in, people are coming head-on also. Eventually, I don't know, something's gonna happen that is not gonna be a pretty sight, but I just want to make you aware that, you know, that one way is really causing a lot of issues. Nobody was notified. I've been living at the villas for 31 years. We are 7 owners in my building, and anybody in my neighborhood, not even the homes, no one was informed of any changes of the street or of the water pumps. Actually, one of your policemen, I can't remember his name now, about 5 or 6 days after we saw the construction going, he was kind enough to tell us what was going on. Okay, so, and then I reached out to Ms. Gonzalez regarding that we wanted to know who had approved those streets, who had, you know, when had you advertised that all these changes were happening, and that was over 5 weeks ago. We haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything. And it's very concerning that we've been in this city so many years, and this is going on in our neighborhood, and we are totally unaware. And after we asked her about, we asked about advertising, 5 days later, it went on Instagram. That's after the fact. The damage was already done in the neighborhood. And I would ask the workers, I know that they were all contract workers, and that they had been working, every day from 7 in the morning till, God only knows, 6, 7 in the evening. And so it's people that were assigned to that. Another thing, we've been facing the dump of the water parks. I mean, I had addressed it already in emails with the mayor. And in 48 hours, you guys cleaned it up when it was needed to be made into whatever is going on there right now. So, I mean, if we would have had trailers and the junk that was sitting in that water park, you would have fined us every single day. And I'm telling you, as a concerned citizen, what you're doing to our neighborhood is out of control. And none of us had any say in it. And that's all that I wanted to say right now, okay?
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Madam Clerk, do we have any other speaker cards?
Yes, Mr. Vice Mayor, Yolanda Aguilar.
Name and address for the record, please.
Yolanda Aguilar, 6404 Southwest 12th Street, West Miami, 33144. I don't have anything for the, that's related directly to the agenda, but the public comments would allow me to express my opinion on a certain issue. Is that correct?
Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you. If you want to set the clock back,
Can you please start the 3 minutes anew?
thank you. Ready? This evening, you'll be deliberating, and I thought it was the important development application and voting on furthering the mayor's agenda and other city matters. As a resident, homeowners, and taxpayer, I wish to go on record to tell you that the city should exercise caution when spending. Your resolutions continue not to include funds where the funds for expenditures are being charged to. Your audit report for fiscal year ended September 30th, 2024, the first year of your new administration, has 2 concerning and serious findings that cement what I have publicly stated in the past regarding the lack of accounting oversight, transactions not posted correctly, expenses over revenues, and the lack of presenting an adopted budget that must regulate expenses with no budget amendments as required by law. The audit report also addresses a deficiency in the city's budget process. It lacks transparency. And to sum it up, it's clearly a violation of the Florida statute mandates. These findings are a first in the last 29 years. You have deficits in your enterprise funds, and you continue to deplete reserves, apply for more loans, and you will eventually leave us, the residents, holding the bag. Interestingly enough, not one of you sitting here representing our city has had anything to say regarding the audit report, which I sum as former manager as a scathing, independent financial report. Your budget presentation has a lot of color and graphs, but you are not disclosing the true and correct numbers. You approved an amount of $6 million towards the construction of a multi-generational facility at the rec center. You applied for a $1.5 million loan to be used for emergencies as defined by the manager. That's nothing further from the truth. You ran out of money for the building and now are in the process of applying for more loans because you will fall short of completing what I expect to be an $8 million proposition. You have no sustainability plan. Residents are not informed, or nor were they given a chance to vote on this capital expense. At a time when government and all governments are at the center of financial scrutiny by the state and tax reform is taking center stage, the city should be more cautious in prioritizing needs versus wants. You have taken measures to decrease the millage rate. However, you have increased water, sewer, and stormwater and garbage fills that have become unaffordable for many, masked by a millage rate reduction that are providing a greater benefit to the commercial area. Your actions will result in the financial destabilization for years to come. Is this your legacy? If you don't care, I most certainly do. Shame on you. Here is the audit for anybody who wants to know where I got my information, and the proof is in the pudding. And I thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, any other speakers?
Through the mayor, if I may have a couple of minutes, I'd like to respond, because I usually don't respond to residents' comments, but these allegations are baseless and quite frankly outrageous. The claims on pulling a loan, even in the past, have no merit. We have no loan. To claim that we're in debt over this is wrong. To claim that we have to pull a loan on this is wrong. And that's going to leave, and I need to set the record straight for the residents to understand that. The fact that this building has been secured by mostly grant funding that has been obtained under the leadership of the mayor and this commission, and with more upcoming funding that's been allocated for this upcoming year, shows how this building has been built. It's been built mostly through grant funding. We're proud of that building. We're proud of it. That's going to be used by all generations to live in our community, and we're anxiously awaiting its completion. To claim that this city has a debt is an outright fiction of imagination. In fact, we've paid down the debt over the last 2 years, and we now have one of the lowest debt ratios in the entire county. And that proof is there also in that same audit, which is clean from our independent auditors. We have won 2 awards now for our budgets in our first 2 years, and we have received clean audits for 2 years in a row. In fact, for the first time in our history, we have a reserve that exceeds GFOA, which is the Governmental Financial Officers Association guidelines, by more than 30%. I asked residents one thing and one thing simply: look around the city. Look at all we have been able to accomplish due to the grants from that this commission has gotten, from water line replacements, upgrades in our parks, new parks, improved services to the community, and we've been doing this while lowering our tax rates for 2 years in a row, and in fixing a severe issue that we inherited on the enterprise fund from the former administrators. And I needed to say that on the record, not because I'd like to respond, because my 2 years here, this is the first time I've ever responded, but there's a time they have to set the record straight, and tonight's the night.
Thank you, Mr. Manager. Madam Clerk, are there any other speaker cards?
Yes, Mr. Vice Mayor. Rosie Casanova.
Ms. Casanova? Name and address for the record, please.
Yes. My name is Rosie Casanova. My address is 6061 Southwest 18th Street, West Miami 33155. There's a couple of things that I would like to say. I disagree with you, Mayor. We, the citizens, are the ones who are hurting You are bleeding us, okay? My husband is 86 years old. I love trees. I love this city. I love this community. But if you're going to plant trees, please take care of them. A couple of weeks ago, one of the branches fell. We were without power from around 9:30 in the morning until 6 in the afternoon. My husband is 86 years old, and he's on oxygen. We had to wait. Florida Power and Light couldn't go in there until the crew from the city went and cleared, that. That's number one. So many hours without power, I thank God that my husband didn't need his oxygen. Now, another thing, we're in the peak season of the hurricane season. Have you seen the lines? Have you seen the trees? At least cut the trees. There's also a coconut tree in front of my house. I mean, not on my property, but it belongs to the city. I just turned 75 years old. I tried pulling that thing and I couldn't get it done. If it falls on any resident or if someone is gonna hit them, you're gonna have a lost one in your hands. Please, nothing against trees, but at least take care of them. Make our city beautiful again. And as far as the water bills, that's ridiculous. There's a lot of people in my area, in this community, who are elderly people. We live in a fixed income. We try. But, you have to help us somehow. It's difficult to make ends meet nowadays. So I hope you take this under consideration. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, ma'am, just to confirm, what was your address?
Ms. Casanova? Your
My
address
apologies.
again, please? Sorry about that.
I'm sorry?
Can you repeat your address one more time, please?
6061 Southwest 18th Street.
And the tree that, just so I can know what happened, the tree happened in the back of the house or in the front of the house?
In the front.
So the FPL in your house is in the front?
No. FPL, the tree was in this block at the end. It just fell, but it took the whole thing out. So we were out without a light. It's dangerous. You have a lot of elderly people, who live there. And I'm a retired nurse. I can tell you, I thank God that my husband didn't need, the oxygen. If you ask me how to plug my generator, I don't know how to do it. I could have done the generator thing if I knew how to plug the generator. My husband used to do that. Now I wait for my cousins or my children, my grandchildren, to help me during hurricane season.
We'll definitely look into it, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks again, ma'am. Mr. Manager, you want to say something?
I think that she might be referring to the tree that fell at Sylvania Elementary. That was on private property. But I will be sending a crew out there tomorrow, and we're going to be looking at those trees around her.
Thank you. Around what time can she expect the crew to be out there?
We will be sending a crew out to your house tomorrow, about 9 a.m., 9:30, to look at it and see what the issues are, and we're more than glad to help. We'll have our crew there.
Ma'am, does that time work for you? 9:30? Okay. Thank you so much. Madam Clerk, any other speaker cards?
Yes, Pedro Portal.
Name and address for the record, please.
Yeah, good evening. My address is 6491 Southwest 12th Street. I'd like to start commending, the city for how fast and professional and quick, the people working on the replacement of the water lines are. They have really accomplished a lot. And on the second item, I like to talk about the same as the lady on the doggy park, which I got to know by one of the workers. We were never informed about the plans, about the extension of the opposite sidewalk. My house is right on the corner. They removed the curve on my side, and my understanding, according to a comment by a worker, they will take part of my lawn, which is owned by the city, in order to accommodate 2 cars to go through. My opinion, I don't know anything about traffic, but my opinion, whoever decided and planned that, it was planned poorly, not taking into consideration everything that the other lady mentioned. Nobody was informed. I never was informed about it. By the way, we used to have a kids' park across the street, and it was a mess. Because they're planning on a park on an area where there's no area for parking. And someone comment, oh, you know, people will bring the dog walking. Who knows? You know, people take the dogs out in a car, whatever. So it's going to be difficult for us. It's going to cause issues for us. And I hope that you take our comments into consideration and reframe or do a different planning for that area. Precisely, they moved the kids' park to, you know, the city acquired a couple of lots, you know, on the corner, and that was perfect. So they also, at the time, they say they're going to do something, and for years, that it's been the sub pumps, but there been also a lot of like a storage, you know, for a bunch of things. I don't care about it as long as, you know, the city is performing, but please take into consideration our complaints and our requests on planning on that. That planning was very poorly done without any, you know, information. Nobody asked us about the consequences to us, you know, which is we live in a quiet, nicely neighborhood. And my hope is that it's gonna stay like that for the years to come. Thank you for your time, and I don't have anything further to say.
Thank you for your time, sir. Thank you. Madam Clerk, any other speakers?
Yes, Patricia Perez and Miguel Rivera.
Name and address for the record, please.
Patricia Perez, 5927 Southwest 12th Street. Thank you. I don't know when the commission will be voting on the proposed changes in the trailer park. Is that tonight or is that another night?
No, it's not, ma'am. So we actually moved that item to September 4th at 6 p.m. next Thursday, correct? So that item will be heard in its entirety on Thursday of next week.
So I should refrain from talking about that until then. I will do that. Thank you. A neighbor of mine who could not come today thought it was today, and he had given me, he's also my neighbor on 12th Street. His name is Miguel Rivera, and I will be here, or he will be here too, with me that night. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, and we look forward to hearing from you again September 4th, Thursday, 6 p.m.
No further speakers, Vice Mayor.
He had a minute left, so go ahead, sir.
So, pretty much, I also want to say that I called the city 3 times, left messages, one for the manager and one for the planning, you know, the head of the Public Works. Never got any answer from anyone, so.
Mr. Manager, before the gentleman leaves, can we exchange information and
Yeah.
make sure somebody reaches
So
out?
I left 3, I mean, I know that you have improved the communication system before. We come here, we call, and somebody answered the phone. Now we call, and it's just a machine.
No worries, and,
So-
and you can give him my cell phone number as well,
All
Mr.
right.
Manager. So it'll be,
I got it, you know, I left my message, but I can.
thank you for bringing that concern to our attention.
No further
Ma'am?
speakers.
Okay. Public comments are now closed. Can we, can we pull item 11V, as in Victor, out of order as well? And this is for Mr. Angelo Ramusco from County Commissioner Natalie Milian Orbis's office.
Yes, Mr. Vice Mayor. Item
Thank you.
11B, this is a resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami, Florida, urging the Florida legislature to co-designate that portion of State Road 959/Southwest 57th Avenue from Southwest 8th Street to Southwest 24th Street as Wayne Russell and Jimmy Fabricatore Way, acknowledging Wayne Russell's residence in the city of West Miami and his service to the community as co-chair of the Red Riders Crime Watch, providing for transmittal and providing for an effective date. This item is sponsored by Mayor Diaz-Padrón.
So I'm gonna let the representative from Commissioner Natalie Milian Orbis's office speak. She's our District 6 Commissioner and former Vice Mayor. We're very thankful for the work that she's doing in the community, and I know the mayor and staff were excited to assist with this. Go ahead and take it away, Angelo.
Sure. Good afternoon, Vice Mayor, Commissioner, city officials. My name is Angela Ramusco. I serve as a commission aide for Commissioner Natalie Orvis. She cannot be here today because she had a prior commitment, but I'm here on her behalf to share support for this item. So this item is the designation of the Southwest 57th Avenue from Southwest 8th Street to Southwest 21st Street as the Wayne Russell and Jamie Fabricators Way. And with your permission, I'll be happy to read her letter of support of this item. So, there, Mayor Diaz-Padrón, I had the honor of sponsoring legislation approved by the Miami-Dade County Commission on July 16, 2025, urging the Florida legislature to co-designate the State Road 959 Southwest 57th Avenue from Southwest 8th Street to Southwest 21st Street as the Wayne Russell and Jamie Fabricators Way. This effort came directly from hearing our community and their desire to recognize two men whose impacts has defined this area. I'm asking the city of West Miami to join us in support of this effort. This designation is about more than a roadway. For over 40 years, Wayne Russell and James Fabricator have made Duffy's Tavern a true community landmark. It is a place where families, friends, and neighbors gather to celebrate milestones, share memories, and come together as one community. Their hard work, hospitality, and commitment to the neighborhood spirit deserve lasting recognition. By supporting this co-designation, the city of West Miami will help ensure their contributions are remembered and honored for generations to come. Thank you, Mayor Diaz-Padrón, Commissioners, Vice Mayor, for your consideration and support. Respectfully, Natalie Orvis.
Thank you so much. I'm going to open it up now to the rest of the members of the board here for any comments.
I could not support this anymore. As a person who was at Duffy's yesterday, and I see Wayne every Sunday, this is a fantastic idea, and I wholly support it.
Sure. Thank you.
No, definitely. Jimmy and Wayne are deserving of that honor. I wish I had $1 for every ounce of beer that they've sold in the last 40 years. I think I will have a few bucks in the bank. But yeah, you know, many memories have been imprinted there in time, and yeah, it's a very well-deserved honor. It will give character to 57th Avenue. So, yeah, I'm in agreement.
And the office is a landmark. This is a landmark in the area, you know. So everybody's happy with that. Everybody's happy. I don't know anyone that is not. So, congratulations with your presence.
Thank you.
Thank you
I
for
really
coming.
appreciate it. And on behalf of the commissioner, our office is always open for you guys, for the residents of the city, all our district, and we are here to serve.
Thank you. And you can't see it, but we're actually all wearing the funky pants that Wayne wears on a daily basis. So with that being said, I think
make a motion.
it's pretty obvious. Okay, motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, with that being said, Madam Clerk, can we get back to the order of the agenda, please? Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Vice Mayor. Item 6, report of the city manager.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm going to yield some of my time to our CFO, Cody McCall, if you can come up, please, and have a few words. While he's coming up, you all should have a copy of the capital improvements project. It shows both the projects that are being teed up for next year, plus the funding sources in the back. As you will see, the funding sources are greater than the projects proposed. I want you to please look through this and get back to me in the next couple of days if you have anything that you want to move around or change. But this is a pretty comprehensive list of the needs that we need to undertake in the city. With that, I think our CFO is going to talk a little bit about water and give a little recap on that.
Before I go into water, I want to add just one comment on the capital plan that you've noticed. It's mostly entirely all funded by grants, and we've got more revenue allocated for that than we do projects at the moment. So we took a very conservative approach to that. I'm going to move forward to talk to a couple of things about utilities. So utilities is something that I was really interested in whenever I came here. It's one of the things that stood out. In fact, in my interview, I called out, how we had a history of losses in our enterprise funds. And I really wanted to make sure that we were on the right path to direct that whenever I took the position. And so in doing so, one of the things that I was really concerned about is our utility rates. So where were we at compared to other people? And I wanted to see something independent. And so I've been interested in doing a independent utility study. One of the best parts of city governments is we've got a lot of friends out there, and sometimes there are people that do the same thing and they're willing to share their studies with us. And so I usually try to go that approach. If there's something credible out there that's authoritative that we can use, I'd rather do that than spend money. So in the quest to do so, there was a study that's already out there, and I would like to share a little bit of it with the commission and everyone. So some of the myths that we've heard, and we keep hearing it over and over. Myth number one is that, you know, West Miami is the most expensive in water compared to other areas. That's factually incorrect, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. And this isn't just coming from me. I really wanted to take this and have a third party look at it, somebody that's not me. I wanted to know, what does a third party say about that? Not just what do we say about, what does the studies show about that? And so the second myth I keep hearing is water rates keep going up. In fact, the commission was supportive of a reduction most recently, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. And then, the third is that, some of the bigger cities around us have the higher rates, and you'll see, or I'm sorry, they have the best rates, and you'll see soon that that's not the case. So I want to move into the next slide, and we'll talk a little bit about the study, but I'm not going to use my words. I'm going to show you a clip. There was a commission meeting. Water is a hot topic right now, not just in our own community, but in many other areas of South Florida. And so there was a commission meeting last night in Hialeah where they address just the same things, and they talk about the study. And this study also included the city of West Miami and some of the major surrounding cities in South Florida. And whenever we get into it, you'll see, we'll come back to this one.
The county again produces a chart comparing those figures for all the cities. I'm not going to count West Miami, which is the cheapest, and I'll tell you why in a second. Some communities actually subsidize their water. So when I said on the far left side of the chart, you'll see West Miami. They come in very cheap, just under $30. The raw cost of that water to get it from the county is $40, maybe $43. So there are communities that choose to subsidize their water. So when you see something that cheap, it's not because they're necessarily running efficiently. They just elected to possibly subsidize the water.
Mr. McCall, if I may, let me put that out in plain language so that we all understand. That means that we have been in the past, on former administrations, taking water from general funds to subsidize money from general funds, thank you, money from general funds to subsidize the enterprise funds. There's a lot of problems inherent with that. That means that we're taking tax dollars that could be used for services, that could be used for park improvements, that could be used for a multi-generational, and pouring it into an enterprise fund to artificially lower that price. Why is that wrong? Well, that means that you're subsidizing all the commercial entities on 8th Street, on 67th Avenue, and on 57th Avenue. So in the past, we were subsidizing commercial areas. In my 2+ years here, we haven't had one major leak in any of the water lines, period. What we have uncovered is, as this fell into our lap last night, and I've been telling you guys privately, and I've also said it publicly, that we have been subsidizing these funds with taxpayer money. Not only is that wrong, it's also against Florida statutes and laws and against our own ordinances. We have not had a water rate increase since 2000, over 15 years. And even with the increase that we just done, we still have the lowest rate in Miami-Dade County. Don't take my word for it. Don't take Mr. McCall's word for it. You saw it right there last night in the city of Hialeah, where they said that our water rate's the lowest. And by the way, so is our sanitation fee.
May I just add, Mr. Chairman, that I was asked to look at this history from a legal viewpoint. Your ordinance 15.1 mandates that all costs of the water system be solely, and the word solely is in the ordinance, solely paid by fees from the users, from money generated by the system. So prior subsidization over all of those years was illegal. It was not just
The county again
bad economics,
produces,
it was
a chart.
illegal to be doing that for all of those years. And all that has happened now is, according to the numbers I've seen, is that you're now complying with your ordinance.
Thank you for that clarification and the points that you've raised, Court. Are you going to continue with your presentation? Or?
Yes, so one of the things that I wanted to point out, I'm gonna move around a little bit, but this right here, this point at the side, West Miami, that's where we're at, all the way at the top. You could see at the bottom, this was taken from Miami-Dade County, presented by the Commission of Hialeah. So this is an independent study. This is where they have us. They have us down here at the bottom, all the way to the left, I should say. So whenever you take that into comparison, there's, our rates did come down a little bit. In any way that you put this, whether you look at the rates, what they were before the commission approved the rate reduction, in its entirety, all of these are still lower than the second lowest item on the list, which is Florida City. So the assertion to say that we're one of the highest is factually incorrect. So whether you're looking at the rates that were approved in September of 2024 or even the most recent reduction, you could see that all of those are still below Florida City.
This
we
was
have
an
any
excellent
questions?
presentation. Thank you for clarifying that for our residents, and great work. Mr. Manager?
And I think with that, unless you have anything else to say other than water, I think this pretty much concludes this. I'm done with my manager's comments. And obviously, as you all know, we'll continue to look at the rates. If there's always wiggle room to give more breaks to our residents, we will, and we will bring them forward. We just want to make sure that we comply with state law. And we
Thank
want to
you.
make sure that we comply with our ordinances to ensure that these are funded correctly.
Absolutely, thank you. Does anyone here have a question, comment, concern?
Yeah, I just want to make a comment. In the past, every trimester, just about, we would have a resident complaint with a high water bill. And this was due to, basically, as the administration would say, a water leak. But a water leak not in the city. In other words, the water leak was after the meter. So the water leak would be a toilet, a leaky pipe within the property. So this came up a lot, dozens and dozens of times. Well, since we've had this new administration, we've had zero water leaks, no leaks. It's amazing. And, I used to get complaints all the time from residents stating that hey, why is my water bill so high? The city told me I had a leak. And they used to come up over and over and over again. Now, nothing, no leaks. It's amazing.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anybody else? Thank you, Mr. Manager.
I have one follow-up, Mr. Manager. Was there any comments that you wanted me to address in regards to the audit?
No, we can leave that. I think we pretty much addressed that already.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, next item.
Item 7, report of the city attorney.
Nothing further than what I said about the prior water rates being illegal.
Thank you. Next item.
Item 8, report of the city engineer.
Take it away, sir.
Mr. Vice Mayor, Commissioners. I don't have a whole lot to report today other than, good news with our water projects. As I'm sure you've seen out there, we're pretty much complete with all the pipeline work. All the mains and service lines have all been installed. Most of the restoration has been completed. We still have, obviously striping and some of the detailed restoration to complete on the project. But now we're moving into the final phase of certifying all the lines, getting all the new meters connected So that'll be going on over the course of the next couple months, and then finalizing restoration. Other than that, we've been working with the manager on different park projects and just supporting the city overall on all the different projects. So if there's anything in particular you guys have any questions on, I'd be glad to answer.
Any questions for the engineer?
Get rid of that sand in the park as soon as possible.
The sand in the park, sure.
Good job with everything going on, and thank you on a personal note with the crosswalk.
Oh,
Came out great,
yes.
so.
It looks great, and yeah, that was thanks to the manager. We kind of got the timing to work out on that. Right before they were able to restore the road, we got it in, and we got the approvals, and everything kind of just worked out. So it was good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Madam Clerk, next item.
Item 9, committee reports.
Anyone with a report from, okay. Next item.
None this evening. Item 10, unfinished business, none this evening. Item 11, under new business agenda items. Item 11A, this is a second reading and a public hearing. An ordinance of the City of West Miami, Florida, establishing stormwater-related standards within the City of West Miami, providing for purpose and intent, providing definitions, establishing minimum requirements, design standards, and procedures to manage stormwater runoff, quality retention, detention, and infiltration, providing regulations for new development, redevelopment, and certain existing infrastructure, providing for applicability enforcement and administrative adjustment, providing for conflicts, severability, inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date.
This is a public hearing.
Yes.
Public hearing is now open. Anyone for public hearing? Going once, twice? Public hearing is now closed. Staff, go ahead and give your recommendation.
So I'll give you guys a little bit of color on this. So in the past year, Miami-Dade County passed impervious area ordinance, which kind of not really changed, but kind of fine-tuned their standards for approving permits when adding impervious area to a property in terms of what type of drainage requirements. Historically, on single-family homes in particular, when you add impervious area, you really wouldn't have to demonstrate on-site retention. Which a lot of cities started adopting. We had never really done that because the county really didn't do that in the past. So in this recent ordinance that the county passed, they now require single-family homes to provide on a certain level of on-site retention. And what that's going to do, I'm sorry, before I get to that, and then they require all the cities to either, prepare their own ordinance or essentially adopt theirs, or defer reviews to the county. So they gave us the option of either deferring our reviews to DERM, so residents would have to then go to DERM and do that review with them and then come back to us, or we write our own ordinance and then we can do the reviews in-house, which is what we opted to do. The ordinance is modeled exactly after the county ordinance, so we basically modeled it with all their language, and just eliminated portions that weren't really applicable to us, or certain uses that they talked about in the ordinance that we don't have here. So that was removed and kind of streamlined for the city. So what effect that has on the residents, and this is countywide, so this is not a city thing, this is something that we need to abide by with the county, is they're required to retain a certain storm event on site, and that can be accomplished through creating little kind of retention areas on your site, depressed areas where you can retain a certain volume of water, or there's a prescriptive option where you can provide swales around three of the edges of your property. And this is enforced anytime we're adding any type of impervious area, so we're talking about additional driveways, additional structures, pools, any type of additional pad, we are required to enforce this ordinance. So it is an impact to everyone in the county, developing and doing work on single-family residents in particular. On the commercial side, it doesn't affect a whole lot because those regulations were in there before. The county just changed the type of storm events that are required now for compliance. But it is a big impact on single-family residents. I've been working with Mercy on zoning reviews now to begin to implement that and work with residents on a case-by-case basis to try to enforce this as equitably as possible, because it is very difficult to enforce because of the size of lots that we have here. By their very nature, we just don't have a lot of room to provide this. So we're working with residents on a case-by-case basis to make sure that we get compliance and we're also fair.
Does this affect the impervious surfaces, or that's a different?
That's exactly what it is. So if when you're adding an impervious area to the property, you're required now to show that you're retaining stormwater on site.
It's inconvenient. I don't necessarily like that. Obviously, we don't have a say in it. It's coming from the county. I am in favor of the ordinance to keep it in-house so that we don't have to go to Durham. Can you specify what constitutes impervious, pavers?
Anything that cannot permeate water. So yeah, pavers, concrete, asphalt. That's pretty much it. Wood decks. Anything that you're covering impervious area.
So it would have to be a surface that percolates,
Yeah.
that makes water.
Yes. Yeah. It should
Percolate.
just be grass or yeah.
But Mr. Alonso, our building department contemplate those things. Right.
We did not in the past because it was not required of single-family homes. There was no requirement for them to retain water on site, so that was never done. So the only options here are either we do it in-house or
Right.
we send it to Durham, so and we don't want to do that.
Right. We currently have an ordinance for land coverage, for impervious surface
We do.
coverage, but not to
Yeah.
retain.
And as a matter of fact, our ordinance, it doesn't necessarily affect people in having to provide more pervious area because our ordinance is pretty strict in how much open space is required. So I don't think any property is going to have a problem actually providing the open space. It's kind of carving out the areas where you can depress it and retain water.
Right.
That's really the challenge.
And to clarify, it's on a go-forward basis. People
Yep.
aren't going to have to retroactively
No,
start.
it's not retroactive. We have started enforcing it because the county does have it
Right.
already as an ordinance. But yes, it's not retroactive. And if you're doing anything within your home, like if you're just renovating the inside of your house, it's not going to affect you. It's only if you're adding impervious area.
So we should be sure to keep this in our books.
Yeah.
So I make a motion.
Any other comments?
I was just gonna ask,
Beforehand?
of course, grass, bricks,
Mhm.
interlocking bricks, and rocks, even gravel.
Gravel is
will all-
pervious.
Will all
Gravel,
qualify.
yeah,
Like
gravel
if you're
is
doing an approach, instead of doing it with concrete, you would do it with a nice rock,
Yeah.
with gravel and then compacted.
Yeah.
That would qualify.
Yeah, well, that's what we do.
How much work has to be done to trigger this? Is there a certain square footage?
There really isn't, and that's why we're kind of taking it on a case-by-case basis. So
'Cause
we
it-
want to be reasonable as well. So, yeah, if somebody's adding 5 square feet of we're going to be, and that's
Right.
why we want to keep it in-house. Durham's not going to have that type of consideration. We will, so.
All right, any other questions, comments, concerns?
I make a motion to keep it that way.
Second.
I just want to thank you and staff. Sending our residents to Durham is a terrible idea. So thank you so much for taking it in-house.
Agreed.
We have a
Mr.
motion, we have a second.
By the way, Mr. Alonso, tell the people working in the streets, try to 63rd Avenue, finish.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Thank you.
We have a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Commissioner Ceballos, how do you
Yes.
vote? Commissioner Blanes?
Yes.
Commissioner Suarez?
Yes,
Vice Mayor Chavez Jr.?
Yes.
4-0, item passes.
Next item, please.
Item 11B, second reading and public hearing, an ordinance of the City of West Miami amending Section 11.3 of Zoning Code 282 to reduce swimming pool setbacks from 10 feet to 5 feet on side and rear property lines for R1 single-family residential districts only, minimum of 2.5 feet of pervious surface, providing for conflicts, severability, and codification, and providing for an effective date.
This is a public hearing. Public hearing is now open. Anyone for public comment, public hearing? Seeing none, public hearing is now closed. Go ahead, staff.
This actually came from Commissioner Ceballos, and he's correct, since he served on the Planning and Zoning Board. We had a series of pools that obviously our lots were small, they wouldn't fit under the regulations, and we had to continuously have the Planning and Zoning Board approve them, and this is pretty much the standard that they set, would be 5 feet away from a property line, and at least a 30-inch separation from the property line for us to be able to do drainage around it. Planning and Zoning Board approved this. Staff recommends it. It would eliminate one more step for our residents, streamlining the system for us to be able to put in pools in the backyards.
Perfect. Thank you, Commissioner Ceballos. Go ahead.
So the main goal of this was just to eliminate having our residents have to come to the planning and zoning and request this. And it kind of unshackles planning and zoning, who would have to review these things and deny them because they didn't meet the criteria, and then they would appeal to commission, and commission would grant it anyways. So this just kind of eliminates it. It adopts what the previous standards of this commission has had, and eliminates the resident having to go to planning and zoning.
Well, I have a comment about that, because the structures, we should have the setbacks for the structures. For the swimming pool, it's an open area, it's an open space. It's a 5 feet, 5 feet, 5 feet, but it's still open. So the air, everything is open. So I see that in a positive way. If not a structure, if not a wall, it's just open. And our lots admit that. And our family business in our city is a family-oriented city. Many people like to have a swimming pool, and we don't have problem with the swimming pools. And I repeat again, it's an open space.
No, I agree with this. I myself had to come for a variance, went through that process. So I appreciate you bringing this forward, and it's going to help residents streamline the process of an already stressful process, and could get even more stressful with what we just heard potentially. So thank you, Commissioner. And any other comments?
I agree.
I do have a motion.
Motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Ceballos, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Suarez?
Yes.
Commissioner Blanes?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Chavez Jr.?
Yes.
4-0, item passes.
Thank you. Next item, I believe, is 11G, correct?
Yes, yes. Next item is item 11G, and this is a public hearing, a special use permit 2025-002, applicant Camp Group 17520 LLC, Dixie at 175 LLC, and JD US 1 Retail 2 LLC, property address 6200 Southwest 8th Street, West Miami, Florida 33144, and applicants request a special use permit for the property at 6200 Southwest 8th Street, West Miami, Florida 33144. The property is zoned for C commercial mixed use, and the applicant is requesting to allow for an auto parts retail store, zoning ordinance 282, section 28.1 and section 4.32.
This is a public hearing. Public hearing is now open. We'll have the applicants come up and give their presentation.
Good afternoon, Vice Chairman, Commissioner, city officials. My name is Carlos de Cespedes. I represent the property owners. We're seeking your approval of the Planning and Zoning Board's recommendation for the issuance of the special use permit. We're looking to have an O'Reilly's Auto Part come in as a new tenant, and with the plan of rehabbing the entire structure of the building and changing the facade, modernizing it, and essentially, bettering the building and rehabbing it.
Do you have a presentation you want to give us?
I believe there should be a presentation. That is it. If you click to the next slide, I believe.
Can we get
That-
these gentlemen a clicker, please?
That's it there. I mean, that's the design of the facade of what we're looking to do. I don't think before you is the design itself, it's just the issuance of the special use permit.
Okay, perfect. Do we have anybody for comment here in the public hearing? Seeing none, public hearing is now closed. Any questions for these gentlemen from the commission?
Yeah, that rendering there, the landscaping, that is part of the project, the improvement?
Correct. The actual special use permit mandates, okay, thank you. The special use permit, I think, mandates the planting of mature natives, and so that is going to be contemplated. The landscaping will be contemplated in the rehab.
How about the delivery, the truck delivery of the products that you're gonna be
So-
selling? How is that gonna be accommodated?
So that's also.
And parking and traffic and,
So the
This-
parking itself, we have, I believe, 32 spots. There's going to be 36.
is there parking in the back?
There is parking in the rear. So the way that it was set up for the special, with the Planning and Zoning Board, was that the deliveries would be done in the rear of the property and no off-street deliveries.
How big of a vehicle is gonna be making your deliveries? A semi-truck?
No, I don't believe so. I don't know.
I don't know the exact size, dimensions right now, but I know they're smaller trucks. We've been talking with them and they know that they need to take delivery from the rear of the building and they understand that there's not a ton of space
Is
out
that
there.
part of the special use
Through,
permit?
through the mayor. if I
Go ahead,
may.
Mr. Manager.
Yeah, there was a few conditions that were
Can
put
you
on
shed
the,
some light on it?
there was a
Because-
few conditions that were put on the applicant at the Planning and Zoning Board. The first one is the one that the gentleman just referred to. No deliveries can be done either on 62nd Avenue and 8th Street. They must do it in their driveway in the back. They cannot block any of the public roadways. That's one of the conditions. Second condition, if not permitting, we will start addressing the beautification of 8th Street by putting some trees along the perimeter there. They're gonna put a curb where they back out so that they don't back up the cars onto the sidewalk, give a little protection to the pedestrians. We are going to formalize an agreement that we've had that was never formalized, and they were gracious enough to agree to doing a cross-use agreement with our lot, because our lot's egress is onto their property, and we have no formal agreement to do so. So if they were to close that, we would basically had a lot there that we couldn't use for parking. And in return, we will allow them to use that after hours for their use as well. So they'll have a subsidiary lot that they can use after hours. Am I missing anything? I think I've hit them
think
all.
that's it.
Mercy, but did I?
So
The curb? Yeah.
So this issue of the truck delivery, imagine blocking one lane on A Street, the backup that you will cause.
Absolutely.
On A Street and 62nd Avenue.
Correct.
I mean, it would be a major backup because that thoroughfare is constantly moving traffic.
Agreed. We'll make
So-
sure
so
that
it-
doesn't
it-
happen.
It cannot happen, Mr. Manager, that cannot happen because,
Yeah.
That's one of their
it would be
conditions.
chaotic.
Correct.
It would be, on A Street, it would be chaotic. That cannot happen.
Absolutely.
So just to reiterate, as a condition of approval tonight, that is not going to be allowed, correct?
It's one of the
Correct.
conditions of
It's
approval tonight,
in
that,
the-
again, I'll repeat them. That one of the conditions is that they cannot have any off-street, off-property loading. In other words, they can't have any trucks on any of the streets. We will enter a cross-use agreement for their driveway, for ingress and egress, the trees, and a curb.
Sounds good. I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
O'Reilly's, I'm not very familiar with it. There's not going to be any sort of vehicular work being done in front of the location, correct?
Not at all.
This is a main entrance to
That's
our
all-
city, and it's
Correct.
going to be beautified. I can see that, but we don't want to see cars parked in the front with the hoods open.
Understood. That's also prohibitive, and it's addressed in the actual application for the
Okay.
special use permit.
And I know we're not hearing that here, but is there a way to make a condition of approval that, you said it's going to be renovated, but it is a condition, correct? It's going to be beautified? Is that something that we're allowed to do, or?
Well, we can, Mr. Attorney, can we have
You
them put
can-
inside their store a sign that would say that no mechanics, nothing mechanical can happen outside, no filling of fluids? You know, some people buy radiator fluid and they open their hood and they proceed to fill up their, their reservoir. So,
That is the idea. I can tell you in our agreement with the tenant, that's prohibited. So we'll make sure that that doesn't happen. We can
okay,
have signs.
Because, it happens. It happens. I mean, you go to an auto, the waste basket, outside at any
Correct.
auto store in Miami, and you look in there and you'll see empty radiator,
Oil,
fluid
okay.
containers and fuel injection cleaner containers and, so if there is a way that we can,
So
Well,
You
if they
know,
agree to.
The applicant just agreed to it, so.
In the course of enforcement, have a sign
We can
Yes.
have a sign, and there's gonna be a designated area in the rear of the property where, you know, if someone needs to change a battery, I guess, or they have an emergency, that they can do that there.
But this was approved and recommended by the planning and zoning.
Correct.
Planning and zoning approved, I think, unanimously.
Unanimously, yes, sir.
Because, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I have no problem with the building, but I'm most excited with that corner potentially being renovated, beautified. It is a main entrance to our city, so again, if we can somehow ensure that that occurs. They mentioned they were gonna do it, but I don't know if we can make that a condition of approval.
That's 100% a part of the plan, but happy to discuss
Okay.
any ideas you guys have.
Would you be willing to accept that rendering as part of your conditions for approval?
Yeah, I can't promise that it looks exactly like that, but of course, yeah, the plan is to
But
make an investment into the building.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
I have a question. That was approved by planning and zoning.
Correct.
And when you open a service station, a garage, in auto part, the state and those authorities, they put some regulations for you about the oil, they know. About those oils and all those things, they have regulations for that. By the way, most of these auto parts, what they sell is parts. They don't do too much mechanic, they almost do nothing. Because I remember Pep Boy used to sell tires and those things. They don't do half of the things they used to do when they opened, because they changed many things. And most of these auto parts, what they do is sell parts and those things. I went to Pep Boy to change something about 8 months ago, and they told me, no, we don't do no more.
They clarified that as well, so I think that's taken care
What
of.
they do in these places is change the wipers and the battery. The other day I went to the AutoZone, and they buy a battery, and they put a battery in my car. That's what they do. That's what I understand.
And that's what the use is limited to as far as any type of work being done.
I just see a beautiful rendering of what you guys are gonna bring to our
Well, let
city.
me
I
tell
just,
you.
I just wanna make sure that it stays that way, it's maintained that way. And, you know, that, you're not gonna drive by and look and see an overflowing, you know, garbage container with, you know,
Like in Hialeah.
radiator, well, you know, with
Yeah, yeah,
radiator,
yeah.
with radiator fluid containers and brake oil containers, you know, and that's really up to you guys to, you know,
course.
to the employees there, the management, whoever's gonna be managing that store to make
And that's not really
sure.
what they do. Everything that they sell is really for off-site consumption. There's kind of a misconception sometimes with these auto parts stores, that there's gonna be like oil change happening there, and that's definitely not the case. Everything is off-site consumption.
Right.
Yeah,
I-
well, I mean, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
I'll take you to any auto store here in Miami, and we'll look inside the garbage can. You're gonna see an empty container of brake fluid,
Right.
of radiator fluid, I mean, it happens. So the only way that you can do that is by, you know, enforcing it.
Absolutely.
You know, and hopefully having a sign inside, and, you know, if they buy a radiator fluid container, you know, maybe have the cashier say, sir, you can't fill your reservoir.
Correct.
You
We'll have-
you cannot do it in the parking lot.
We can request to have signage put up that it's for, not for consumption on property.
I think the question was raised prior.
And by the way, let me tell you, that name, O'Reilly, is going to be a landmark here, because there is few O'Reilly here in Miami. And they have a lot of publicity in sports, in those programs, they have a lot of publicity, O'Reilly.
I think the question was raised that there are supply vans potentially that take deliveries throughout the day, and they usually park in the parking spaces there. Are there going to be enough parking spaces to allow visitors to the store and those vans? It might have been something proffered by you guys that they'd be gone by a certain time of day.
9:30 in the morning.
Okay, so that is, that's a,
It's
okay.
in the special use permit.
And do you guys own the whole building?
Yes, correct.
What's going to happen with the other tenant spaces?
So there's a restaurant
There's a restaurant there and
that's
then two
staying
other
there,
tenants. I mean,
and two other tenants.
they're staying there as of now.
The Mexican restaurant?
Yeah.
Staying.
I think it was a wise choice of keeping the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, we,
It was back by popular demand.
Yeah.
Oh,
Question, so do you represent the property owner?
Yes.
And do you represent the tenant?
no,
No,
I am
he
one of
is
the
one
owners.
of the owners.
One of those of the actual property itself?
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. And so you're okay with all 5 of these conditions that staff has put here as a recommendation?
Yes.
Correct.
I think
Would you entertain another one, I think in line with your concern, that the design and the coloring and everything be uniform in nature, meaning all the signage, that red wall would not be there. A monotone or a matching uniform look could be applied to the entire building and all signage that goes on that building?
So this was a rendering that was prepared for purposes of the presentation. Everything that we do is gonna go through the.
I get it, but I'd rather put that as a condition, so that, because the sign itself has to go to planning and zoning for approval. But given that this is a special use permit, and we can look to see whether we can apply certain safeguards for the adjoining properties, and as the Vice Mayor, you know, appropriately stated, this is the entrance to the city of West Miami, and we need to make sure that it looks good. And,
Understood.
is there any,
I don't see an issue with that. We'd like to keep it uniform.
Perfect.
regardless, yeah.
I'd like to include that as a condition.
You know, as a property owner, it behooves you to do all this. You know, your property will look great, people, you know, will be more prone to come and do business with you.
That's the plan.
And if the landscaping, if there can be some mature trees, you know, that will look really good, it will look really sharp.
That's part of the plan as well.
Correct.
Yeah, with all that being said, we do appreciate your investment in our community. We
Yeah.
love partnering with, you know, with all of you guys. So this is a collaborative effort here. We want what's best for the community, and I think you guys are bringing that forward, so thank you for that. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
No, thank you.
Do we have a motion?
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Vice Mayor, we should read the resolution.
Yes, sorry about that. Go ahead and read the resolution.
Item H, a resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami, Florida, granting a special use permit for the property located at 6200 Southwest 8th Street, West Miami, Florida, 33144. Index number 2025-002, requested by Camp Group 17520 LLC, Dixie at 175 LLC, and JD US 1 Retail 2 LLC to allow the establishment of an auto part retail store, O'Reilly Auto Parts, on a site Zone C Commercial Mixed Use pursuant to zoning ordinance 282, Section 2A.1 and Section 4.32, providing for conditions, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
I believe we had a motion by Commissioner Suarez.
Yes.
Second by Commissioner Blanes. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item, please.
Thank you guys for your time.
4-0, item
Thank you.
passes.
Thank you. You know what? This is a good business for us, for the city. It's a new business, more revenue, but I'm sorry because the lady who fixed my fingernails in my feet, she had a business there, floor. She had a business there, so I'm sorry for her.
We're gonna try to find a relocation for her.
Well, you know, but I tell you, but the world, you know, the life is life, you know.
Commissioner, don't worry, I got one. I'll give you a number
I
later.
take it,
Can the person that changes the windshield wipers change his toenails too?
but you know, it's a nice thing. I'm sorry for Flor, but what can I tell you? And also Yolanda goes there to fix it.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next item, please.
Next item is item I, first reading, an ordinance of the city of West Miami, Florida, amending section 5-107 of the city code relating to development impact fees, amending sections 16-73.1 and 16-73.2 relating to water and sewer connection charges, repealing prior impact fee tables, repealing conflicting ordinances, in part adopting a master fee schedule as the official impact fee schedule of the city, providing authority to the city manager to update the master fee schedule, providing for codification, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
This is a first reading. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, roll call.
Yes, Commissioner Ceballos, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Suarez?
Yes.
Commissioner Blanes?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Chavez Jr.?
Yes.
4-0, item passes, and second reading and public hearing of this ordinance will be heard on September 24, 2025 at 6 p.m.
Thank you. Next item.
Item J, a resolution of the mayor and the city commission of the city of West Miami accepting the proposal from AMI Engineering LLC to design plans for a new Miami-Dade County standard traffic circle at the intersection of Southwest 66th Avenue and 22nd Street for the amount of $19,925.00, providing for an effective date, sponsored by administration.
Mr. Manager.
We've had a series of town hall meetings with the residents of that area, and the one consensus that we had was to put a traffic circle here. So this is a contract with our civil engineer to be able to go forward and do the design for it, and then we'll bring it back for us to get funding. This will come out of CITT funding.
I do remember in the past, there was something similar on the agenda. A lot of the residents showed up. That was rectified, correct?
It was for this traffic circle and a chicane. There was not consensus on the chicane, so we pulled that out of this and just brought what there was consensus on.
So resident approval, like you said, perfect. Any comments? We have a motion, second.
Motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next item.
4-0, item passes. Item K, a resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami, Florida, relating to transportation, approving the installation of four-way stop signs at the intersection of Southwest 63rd Avenue and Southwest 16th Street, and providing an effective date, sponsored by administration.
Mr. Manager?
We have put this on the agenda, and then we got a very pleasant surprise from the county that they had approved our traffic study, and they would allow us to put up the four-way stop sign and a future traffic circle for that area, but we have to go through the steps, have our community meetings, and most importantly, have meetings with the county on what they're envisioning there and funding, because this is funding that if we do go forward with the traffic circle there, it'll come out of the county's coffers, not ours.
Great job with that. I know it's something that's very well needed in the area. The mayor's been championing this. Residents there have been reaching out to him pretty consistently, and I myself got a video, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, that I sent you of a car being towed out of a yard there. So thank you. This is a life safety issue, so thanks for that.
Mr. Manager, when did the county approve this? Was it recent or?
We got the letter recently, yes, sir.
Any comments, motions?
Second,
Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries. Next item.
Item L, a resolution of the mayor on the city commission.
Sorry, Madam Clerk,
Yes.
to cut you off. Can we take L and M together, because they're both about Cooper Park? Is that something we're allowed to do, Mr. Attorney? 2 items in regard to Cooper Park, take them
You
together?
can read them to, yes.
Okay, I'll read both and
Thank you.
vote. Okay. Item L, a resolution of the mayor and the city commission of the city of West Miami accepting the proposal from All Star Exteriors to replace existing sand on playground located at Cooper Park and install artificial turf in the amount of $27,000.20, providing for an effective date, sponsored by administration. Item M, a resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami, Florida, relating to grants, approving the installation of rubberized surface below the existing and newly installed exercise equipment areas at Cooper Park, funded by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection, authorizing the city manager to proceed with complete the project not to exceed $40,000 and providing for an effective date, sponsored by administration.
Mr. Manager?
I'll take the first item first, which is the changing of the sand under the playground that we have there at Cooper Park. That's got all kinds of issues for our children and everybody else that's using it, and replacing that with artificial turf with a rubberized finish below it at the fall zones for all the equipment that we have out there. Coming from park funds, long overdue. I think it's a requirement that's we affectionately have referred to it as a kitty litter, but that sand should have been replaced years ago. The second item is we received a FERDAP grant thanks to our grant writer, and that grant was for the exercise equipment that's been installed at Cooper Park. But part of that grant was to put a rubberized finish below the exercise equipment. And if you recall, a few months ago, we brought in something forward that was for $86,000. But our grant only went up to $50,000, so we had to go back to the drawing board and figure out a way to do it and bring it in below that guideline, and we're pleased to bring it back, and we're a little bit under the $40,000 right now to be able to do that.
Great work. Thank you, sir. Any comments?
I love it. I'm very happy to get rid of the sand.
Yeah, I agree too. This is very convenient for children.
Sand
For
does
everybody.
go everywhere, doesn't it?
Everywhere.
All right, any motions?
Motion.
We have a motion?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries. Next item.
Let's assume that was for the first item and then do the same thing for the second item.
Okay, perfect. So for item 11M, do we have a motion?
Motion?
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
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 Any against? Motion carries. Next item. Thank you, Mr. Attorney.
Yes, item N, a resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami, Florida relating to parks and recreation, approving the city manager to pursue the acquisition of property located at 6250 Southwest 16 Terrace for the purpose of expanding parks and open space within city limits, authorizing the city manager to apply for funding through the Florida Communities Trust Parks and Open Spaces Grant Program, providing for transmittal and effective date and all other purposes, sponsored by administration.
I just received an email from the mayor, and I'd like to read it into the record. I would like to thank the manager and administration for negotiating this potential acquisition. I had asked if we look into purchasing this property to expand our recreation center. However, upon review, I am recommending against moving forward with this item. While the parcel does provide obvious benefits in expanding recreational space, it does not provide the design flexibility I believe is required to warrant this expenditure.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Well, I mean, if we get a grant, and with a grant, we can buy the property outright, then I guess that solves the problem, right? Because his issue is the money. Where is it gonna come from?
Yeah, that's correct, but they were looking for a very quick closing, so we would have to, turn this down, and if it's still on the
Okay.
market and we're lucky to get something, we can come back at a future date. but-
Okay, understood, okay.
But, Mr. Silva, if you receive some email from the mayor, we should wait for the mayor, I think, right?
I would recommend that you just withdraw the item rather than vote it down.
We
With-
could withdraw it, and then that'll expire the contract anyway, I don't think that will give us an extension. We can withdraw the item.
What are you trying to do
So-
now, negotiation?
So we are being told to withdraw the item as opposed to voting.
Or you could vote it down, it's at your,
Mr.
at your
Attorney?
leisure. I mean, I just read into the record what the mayor wanted me to read into the
Correct.
record.
And I'm in favor of siding with what the mayor wishes here. We did give staff marching orders, look for additional green spaces, things of that nature, but this doesn't work for us at this point in time, so I would be in favor of voting this down myself. Mr. Attorney, what do you recommend?
Well, you certainly can do either. However, withdrawing has the full effect that the mayor was seeking. Voting it down has some difficulty of bringing it back up ever. It will, once having
Right.
been voted down. So withdrawing is a neutral way to kill it, so to speak.
You can always come back.
If,
Okay,
So I just have a question. Does the manager, do you need a resolution from us to move forward with trying to apply for the grant?
No, it's only for the approval of the grant.
The approval of the grant or for the negotiation of the actual property itself?
Well, you need it for both, sir. If we can negotiate like we did now and bring it forward for the commission to either accept it or deny it or modify it in any way you see forth. And the same thing with the grants. We apply for grants if they get approved, and some grants do require a resolution prior to the submittal, and some don't. So it depends on the ground rules of the grant agency.
so if some recommend a resolution prior, some don't, wouldn't it be best to have a resolution already voted on to be able to move forward with
Obviously, it's
something?
always best if you guys grant us the ability to apply for a grant, yes, of course.
So even if we vote down this resolution, it still allows us to apply for the grant. Is that what we're saying here?
Well, what you could do is make a motion to substitute a resolution, a substitute motion. Motion to substitute a resolution urging the manager to apply for the grant.
I'm going to have our grant writer come up for a second, because I don't know the particulars of the Florida Communities Trust. I've used that grant vehicle once very successfully, but I don't know the particulars. So can we apply prior to or after I know we can after the fact. I'm just not sure.
Because the grant does allow.
One moment. Let me ask you the question to clarify this. The idea is what the attorney said, city attorney, you get the approval for you negotiate with these people, with the Florida Community Trust and
No.
negotiate with the seller.
This is an approval to accept the contract. We negotiated a contract and an amount is an approval to accept the contract, and then we will fund this through a future grant from the Florida Community Trust.
Since the mayor's not here, I'd be in favor of, if you recommend voting this one down and bringing a later resolution to go forward with the grant.
That's perfectly fine.
Does that work, Mr. Attorney?
That would work. Either way works. If it's voted down, it would have to come back with some other language. Perhaps we can go out and get the grant, and then we can bring it back with a grant, and that would be sufficient, I would believe, if we had the agency and the funding.
If we
Yes.
withdrew it, it has the same effect. This property will not be on the table anymore.
It would not be on the table. Either way works. One's more definitive than the other.
Okay, so, go ahead.
I'm gonna disagree. I think we should just give the city manager the authority to at least move forward with the grant application. Obviously, not to bind the city in any way with the purchase of this. If the contract lapses, it lapses, and they wanna sell it to somebody else, let them sell it to somebody else, but I think we should at least move forward to try to see if we can apply for the grant. And if we get money for it, then we revisit the negotiation with the property owner. And if they sell it before then no harm, no foul. We didn't injure the city in any way.
So, I'm in favor of that. Mr. Attorney, how would we word that?
That would be a substitute motion, a resolution to encourage the city manager to apply for a grant for said property without any commitment to the owner as to purchase.
Does somebody want to make that motion?
Motion on what Commissioner Ceballos said.
Which is what the attorney's saying?
What
You
he
have to
said.
use that language that the attorney is stating. Can you repeat that, sir?
Substitute motion to resolution to encourage the city manager to apply for grants for the said property, but make no commitments as to purchase.
Do we have a motion?
Motion, yeah.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second.
Uh,
Ceballos was second.
Yes, that suffices for what your intention was, Commissioner? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries. Next item.
Yes, item O, a resolution of the mayor and the city commission.
Sorry to cut you off again. Can we take O and P together? They're both for El Paseo.
Okay. Item O, a resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami accepting the cost for the new community pathway Paseo located on Southwest 65th Avenue and 24th Street to include the demolition of existing sidewalk and construction of the new pathway in the amount of $28,441.00, providing for an effective date, sponsored by administration. Item P, a resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami approving the recommendation of the Art Advisory Board for the acquisition and installation of the art piece entitled Esculturas de Flores by artist Harold Marin to be placed at El Paseo at a purchase price of $10,000, providing for authorization, providing for an effective date, sponsored by administration.
Mr. Manager?
These are two items. One is, as you all know, you all approved the Paseo Art Walk, and we've started working on that. We're coming back and asking for a retroactive approval on the sidewalk. It's coming out of CITT money. This is the money that we've spent on that to date. And then the other item is the approval on a recommendation from the Art Board for a sculpture that you have in your package, to be able to place it in the Paseo as our first art piece. The intent of this park was to make it a passive use park with nice landscaping, nice walkways, and art pieces, so we could have like a nice linear art walk park there, and this will basically fulfill what we're trying to do there.
Thank you. Any comments?
Do we have any renderings of where this park is? 'Cause I don't even know where this park is.
Unfortunately, I forgot to load them up.
Okay.
That this park's on more or less 20, it starts on 24th, ends on 22nd, and approximately 65th Avenue. It's an abandoned right-of-way that was there.
Well, I have a comment.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Used to be here a neighbor. She moved from here. The last name was Rocio. She was a commissioner once she was a commissioner in the city. And she always mentioned, she was living in that corner where the CVS is. And she mentioned that corner like a forgotten corner of the city. She said, that's a forgotten corner, never, the city never do that, they never do anything there, blah, blah, blah. And now, we have a beauty, as you've been driving through there, with the Coral Way to the 22nd Street, a beautiful walk. Go there and take a look. It's a beautiful area now, with gardens, you know, plants in color and sidewalks, beautiful. And now it's coming this, no more the forgotten corner. It's a beautiful corner.
I do want to just say thank you to our art board. We have a few boards that have been activated recently, and they hit the ground running. So I want to thank them publicly for their time, and we're excited to see this piece be placed in El Paseo.
As we talked today privately, both that art board and our branding board have hit their ground running. They're energetic, and they have some really good ideas that'll be coming forward to you guys in the next few months, I'm sure.
Any other questions, comments?
Part of this money, comes from the half a cent, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I know that half a cent has been used for those things.
Yes, and then DRP
No,
just
I
got it
like
from
the
our
idea.
surplus this year.
I vote for a motion, I make a motion to do it.
Well, question, Mr. Manager, we're putting a sprinkler system in, right?
We have in-house put in a sprinkler system, yes.
Okay.
Go there and take a look.
Because I was walking through there the other day, and,
Beautiful.
you know, it's just a
Go there
beautiful
and see.
walk from 22nd to 24th. Part of it is landscape, and it's very lush, it's very nice, very pleasant to walk there. You know, it enhances the quality of life of all the residents that live there, as Commissioner Suarez said. We did have Commissioner Rocio coin the word forgotten corner.
Okay.
So no more is it a forgotten corner, as has always been. Now they have a beautiful place where they can walk.
Yeah, go there and take a look behind the
It's
CVS.
safe because, you know, there's no traffic. So, you know, they can take their children there, they can ride their bikes, you know, or just at the very end there, I believe we're gonna have benches.
We just actually poured our in-house again, we poured the concrete for where we had a couple of benches that were donated to us. And those are the benches that will be, the first two benches that we'll be installing
Yeah, it's a
near the 22nd Street.
very nice place to go there and read, reflect, and, you know, just enjoy the nature of it.
All right, perfect. So we're excited, and let's vote on this now. It's for item O. We have a motion from Commissioner Suarez. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries, and now we're gonna do a motion for item P. Do we have a motion for item P?
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries. Next item, please.
Item Q, a resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami accepting the proposal from Pedro Jimenez Incorporated to install fencing for Lorraine Park in the amount of $8,700.00, providing for an effective date, sponsored by administration.
Mr. Manager?
These are to install at Lorraine Park, which is an open park, a cast stone fence along the front of the property so we can gate it and close the park at night for the safety and security of the residents. So another one of those steps that we're doing to try to improve our park system.
Any comments, questions?
It's a very nice pocket park that we have there. It's been kind of neglected. I think with this addition, I think it's going to make it stand out. And, you know, there's a lot of people that are fixing up their homes there in this block. I believe there's new construction right across the street, so I think it's gonna enhance the whole block. And, you know, people will be more apt to go there and enjoy the park. Yeah, this is
Sounds like a
great.
motion.
Great idea, yeah, motion.
All right, do we have a second?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
against? Motion carries. Can we take R and S together as well? This is with regard to the dog park.
Okay. Item R, resolution of the mayor and the city commission of the city of West Miami accepting the proposal from 360 Repair Techs Incorporated to install fencing for dog park in the amount of $22,000.00, providing for an effective date, sponsored by administration. And item S, a resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami authorizing the purchase of dog park equipment at a cost not to exceed $11,000, providing for an effective date, sponsored by administration.
Go ahead, Mr. Manager.
These are the two items that are left for the dog park that, as you well know, you all looked at through the budget cycle last year and approved for us to implement this dog park on this corner. One is to remove the fence to expand it to the new sidewalk curvature that's there, and the second one is to buy the equipment for the dog park. We will be coming back at a later date for the finishes to the inside. We're looking at what's the best and possible use for it. Maintenance-wise, to make sure we maintain it clean and that we enhance the neighborhood instead of not enhancing it.
Thank you. Any questions, comments, concerns? Motions?
I just had a question.
The
When-
dog park have to be fenced, that's for sure.
1 second, Commissioner.
Just when was the design originally approved?
This was done during the last budget cycle when we brought it up, and we talked about doing a dog park. It was also been discussed on numerous occasions, including the last State of the City.
Yeah.
And there was one comment that we heard earlier today that it was being done on private property and then city property. Where is exactly the work being done?
I think I'll let the city attorney answer that one.
That property, under the condominium documents, is dedicated to the city for the use of a park. I know that the condominium association, or a few people in it, seem to have a different impression, but their condominium documents are extremely clear, and they're enforceable as law because that was a condition of the approval of that construction. So there is no issue as to the right of the city to do this.
But the HOA isn't asserting any sort of claim to that land. They're working with the city?
No, that's a somewhat of a legal question. They have not asserted any claims, not filed a lawsuit for, to quiet title or anything. A couple members, I don't think it's a vote of the HOA, I could be corrected, but a couple of members seem to be under the impression that that is the HOA's to do with as it would wish. It's been 30 years, but the condominium documents are very clear.
Okay.
Why haven't they complained in the past?
Because the condominium documents are very clear, would be my answer.
No, because we've had possession of that land for years.
Yes, because of the condominium documents that clearly state that's, can be used by the city for a park and.
The zoning approval also,
In
the
perpetuity.
zoning approval at that time also referred to that being given to the city.
But it wasn't dedicated in fee simple. It was just,
It's in the legal description in the condominium dockets, minus the last 75 feet of their property being for us.
okay.
There
I'll
is.
leave it at that. There's other issues, but I'm gonna leave it there for right now.
I believe there is no city deed, but a city deed is not essential when the condominium association documents clearly dedicate the property to city use.
Understood?
All right, do we have a motion for item R?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries. Do we have a motion for item S?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries. Next item, please.
Yes, item T, a resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami accepting the proposal from V&G Construction Solutions Corporation for citywide street striping for a total amount of $9,950.00, providing for an effective date, sponsored by administration.
Mr. Manager, go ahead.
Yeah, this is an ongoing issue that we have in the city where we have numerous locations that don't have a stop bar or a crossbar. This is the beginnings of it. We're going to be doing the striping by the new dog park, striping on 16 and 62nd, and on 23rd Street. We want to ensure that we follow all the regulations for traffic and transit and start putting in these stop bars and crossbars at all the intersections. So this is really just phase one, where we're starting on here and we'll start fanning out throughout the city. Because if you come up to some of the stop signs in the city right now, you really do not know where you need to stop, because there's no line painted in the street.
Thank you. This is a public safety item also, so thank you for bringing this forward. Any questions, comments, motions?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries. Next item.
Item U, resolution of the mayor and city commission of the city of West Miami relating to procurement, approving selection of EXP US Services Incorporated to develop an action plan consisting of a safety analysis of roadways within the city funded by the U.S. Department of Transportation's Federal Highway Administration for RFP 2025-20-008 West Miami Transportation Action Plan, authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with EXP US Services Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $128,000.00, including $10,000.00 allocated for a demonstration component in fulfillment of the grant requirements and providing for an effective date.
We're going to bring Jenny up.
I'm going to have her, unless you have some questions, she'll be, as a
Or-
grant manager, she'll be able to answer them.
Just a point of clarity, because that's a big number. Can you just mention how much we're paying so to calm people a little bit?
The city share is about $25,600 or $25,400 is what the city is gonna, our cost share. The total amount is $128,000. Within that $128,000, $10,000 is allocated for a demonstration portion to do the safety analysis of our roadways. So it'll piggyback off of a lot of the work that we've been doing, but it'll put it into one concise document, which will provide us a list of projects to look forward to, and some conceptual plans will be included. So it'll give us something to move forward with for future grant applications. And it's good to always have it's not gonna be a complete master plan, but it'll be a plan that we could use to move forward for other projects.
And this will let us, get more traffic circles, speed humps, things of that nature?
Yeah, maybe, whatever roadways that we could see, whether we need to merge a area or do a a single lane somewhere, or let's say we could include by the recreation center where we want to potentially look at a one-way. They could look into that and put that into the plan to implement it, so it could be evaluated and see its safety and its efficacy for the city.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you, Jenny. Any motions?
Motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any against? Motion carries. Next item.
Item W, request for a proclamation declaring the month of September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month in the city of West Miami. Item sponsored by Vice Mayor Chavez Jr.
So Mystic Forest Foundation sent us all an email. This commission has, and the staff in the city have supported their organization in the past. They partner with Nicholas Children's down the street, which is a great community partner of ours. So this is a proclamation to shed more light on the struggles that those children are going through. And this proclamation, I hope to go and present it to them, and I'll get together with all of you for a date. They opened up a Heroes Hangout a couple days ago. They did a ribbon cutting, so it'd be cool to go and do a walkthrough and give them this proclamation.
Motion?
Are we adopting any of these ideas?
I would love to do that. There's a list here, and we'll go through them. I did see wearing yellow in the next commission meetings throughout September, so staff has this, and maybe they'll help us out with some of this stuff.
Yeah, the city manager can take a look and see what we can do. That'd be great.
Yes, sir, we will.
That's a nice thing, that's a nice thing.
Awesome. So I'll get together with you guys for a date. We'll make it happen.
Sounds great.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Motion carries. Next item, please.
Item 12, consent agenda items, none this evening. Item 13, good of the order.
Go ahead.
I got something. This is in relation to item T. Many years ago, I inquired about the city doing something about all our signs, all our signage. Not the street signs in particular, but the one-way signs, the stop signs, the yield signs, the dead-end signs. A lot of these signs were at an angle. You know, they're old, they're all defaced, and this is quite a while ago. Actually, the police department was good enough to do a report. I don't know if the police department still has it, but they actually did a report on all the signs that were at at an angle that needed to be corrected. That's been a pet peeve of mine, for a while. So I don't know if it's the county that needs to come in and fix all these signs. I know that there's a dead end sign on 9th Street that's about 100 years old, and you don't know what it is, and that's been like that for I don't know how long. So if we can work on our signage, I don't know if the police department has the list. Do you know anything about it? No? Okay.
I will say this,
Or maybe
Commissioner.
we can do another, it's been quite a while, so I'm sure that maybe some have been corrected, and then maybe some others are.
Well,
bent
as you
down.
know, we started to change it because, again, part of ensuring that we brand our city the correct way, we started to change all the poles to the new ones that you've seen around town, around the city. We are putting money from CITT to continue with upgrading our street signage. But when we see a sign that's faded or in bad shape, we will automatically change it. I will have our Public Works Director look at 9th Street, the one-way signs, to see if we can change them.
In particular, the one on 9th Street, the
We
dead
can't
end
change
there.
we can't change the poles, because I have to wait until the next fiscal year so I can allocate those funds for it, but it's on our list. There will be another group of signs that'll be changed next year.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. This is one of the longer meetings we've had in a little while, so thank you for everyone's patience. Everyone drive home safe, and do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Meeting adjourned. I just